Sorry for the interruption. That was my sister. Okay, but anyway, let's scroll down. This is the HR 244 Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2017. This is the budget. This is the spending bill. And I've been asking people to go in here and read this budget bill. If you read it initially, it didn't have all of these, all of this text in it. But they keep amending it. And when they amended it based off of old bills that they revived from 60 to 90 years ago. See that? That's what? Act of August 17th, 1961. The Commodity Credit Corporation. This was created by the lead GOP, August 3rd, 1956. But inside this bill, I needed to show you, well, this is the portion where they're talking about the low-income people and their housing, how they're going to be housing them according to the Housing Act of 1949. This is related to rural and also individuals receiving federal subsidies, Section 8 and that. Also the rental assistance program. Okay. Mutual self-help. And let me get out of this rural area, because they talking about the telephone companies, how they're gonna break up the telephone company. What they did was they disapproved every law that was submitted to them by the governing agencies like the EPA, the FCC. Every law that the FCC told them that they had to abide by, they had to abide by, they disapproved it and overrode the law. So what they're saying is going. Now for the food and nutrition, these codes right here, I want to click on one of these, but I don't want it to take me all the way back up to the top because this document is 708 pages long. You all need to read this if you, especially for people who have school kids, because this is basically telling you how they're gonna feed what kind of food your kids are gonna be eating at lunch in school, and it's also telling us that the WIC, the SNAP, and all of those programs, they're gonna let them last. I think until the end of this year, and then after that, it's over with. It's over with, and all of this information can be found inside these law codes. 2008. Okay, now look at the foreign assistance related programs. Look how much money. I'm gonna show you how much money they dedicating to. Look at that. Approved Act of August 3rd, 1956. Where they how much money they appropriating for that. Food for Peace Title II grants. I gotta show you how much money they're appropriating for that. The Food and Drug Administration. Let me go down. Independent agencies, Title V. Now this is just talking about the technology agencies that they assembled and what they're entitled to spend and what they have to spend it on. Now these are the general, just the general provisions. Inside these things, you got to watch out for stuff that they just implement. They just stick stuff on the inside because they know, because this is 708 pages, nobody's going to take the time out to actually read throughout the whole thing. And if you do read throughout the whole thing, by the time you go back to that section after a day or two, they probably added something else different to that, because they are always amending this resolution. That's how it's 708 pages. But I was talking to you about the recent news breaks of congressional members or anyone, men in general, committing acts against women inside this spending bill. I need to get down to it. how they're appropriating money just for women who are going to be victims of such things. And this is scary. It is really scary. Let me see. Its bill also tells you who they're going to help and who they're not going to help, who they're going to provide food to and who they're not going to provide food to. And it's true because the food that was designated for Puerto Rico, only certain portions of that country received the help and the other parts didn't. We have the worst. I don't know where these individuals come from, where their heart is at. They don't have a heart. Risk management. I have to show this to you and encourage you to go in here, Commerce and Justice and Science. This is basically telling us that they got that science project that's probably, they paying them all that money to do these experiments that's causing these floods and that. And let's see, I gotta find it. National let me put this on hold for a minute and go and find it so I won't be running this video too long. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I found it. And it's up under the State and Local Law Enforcement Activities, Office on Violence Against Women. So, this is up under, I'm going to have to make a separate video of this, this legal portion because this is horrible. So, they look at how much money that they appropriating for the grants to conduct violence, to combat violence against women. It's authorized by Part T of 1968 Act. They gonna look at how much money they appropriating for. This money is for the Transitional Housing Assistance Grant for victims of domestic violence, dating violence, stalking, or sexual assault, as authorized by Section of Act 1994. I don't understand where they getting all of this from. Why is it that they believe in what type of predicament are they going to put women in, where they have to worry about things like this? Where they have to be protected, and it's for this amount of money is for homicide reduction initiative, the Act of 1968. This is really, I mean, if we don't start speaking up now, if we continue to sit back here and just continue to be blindsided by everything that they telling us on TV, we're getting ready to be in trouble. We're going to be in really good trouble. This is the last of that video. I'll be right back with the next one.